Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Monday. It's May 1st. This will be our chart lesson for the day, and we're actually starting a new month today. Believe it or not, April's already come and gone. So seemed like just yesterday we were starting the new year, and we're already into month 5 of this year. It's just hard to believe. I don't know where the time has gone, but pretty flat day today. It had a slight upward bias in the end, but really this is just a neutral day. You know, when you're swinging back and forth above and below the EMA, that's just a neutral day. So, um, not a very good trading day. Not a lot of trades. Um, just not much going on really from 9:30 to 11:30, 2 hours. I mean, that's about as dull as it gets right there. Finally got a little move down and we bounced here. And really, I just treated this. This is a second entry long, but also this is a double top, so you can count that as um, a new high and treat this like a second entry. But the big thing is just to fail to break lower out of this trading range that bounced. It's really a double test of this level right here. We tested it once and then tested it twice. So uh, pretty good trade right there. If you caught that one, um, it was a nice move up. And that was really the only opportunity you got. There's a failed second entry short here, but I'm not going to enter right into that strong resistance there. Um, and my guess is they needed, in order to push through, they let this fall through and created this short trap. Look how bearish that looks. And they scared all the longs out, and then got the shorts in, and then they reversed it on them, and look at it go. And you'll see that happen a lot. The prices can't get through a certain area. They'll, the market will look like it's going to reverse, and then they use that momentum to push it on through. Just like, see, they went through there with no problem that time, and that happens quite often. So, and once we started higher here, I would have measured this a couple of different ways, but you got your first leg up right here. So I would have measured it from here, which is basically gave you a perfect measured move. And then if we continued higher, I'd have measured it from here. We didn't quite get there. Really, we made it off of this move right here. We basically have almost a perfect measured move there. Yeah, we missed it by a tick, it looks like, but that's close. That's about as that's close enough for what we do. So I would have also measured this first leg up right here, and then we had a little correction. So once you started higher here, this was where I would have been looking for a top, and that might have led you to consider going short here. But that's a pretty strong little trend. It's just overnight stuff, so I wouldn't say it's really strong. It's two legs up and during the overnight. But being that far away from the EMA and that bearish of a bar, you might consider going short there, but it's aggressive. Um, and most of us are probably better off leaving that alone, um, so you don't get trapped. But there's some reasons to like that trade. I'll be honest with you. I kind of like it, but just because it's that far away from the EMA, and this is just and it's two measured legs up. Um, but then notice we're coming down. You get a first entry, pull back. So now you got two legs down. You get a second entry. It fails, and you got a really bearish bar there, and that is a confirmation of that trend line. It's the third touch. When it pulls back and you get another bar, if you're not in yet, definitely you want to get in now. And I like adding on there too. So the only thing that might have kept you out of this is we're still above the EMA at this point, so it's not a perfect reversal, and we never got a retest attempt, so they may try to trap people short. So you might have skipped out on this one. But when it came back and made a little lower high, basically a double top there and another bearish bar, um, I like that one. And of course, now we're moving down, and then you get this little short trap here right off the trend line, and look how big that bar is. That's the only reason this is not blue. I like this for a blue um, because it's so bullish there, but at the same time, it's such a big bar that you can't really, um, you can't really follow the 2-point rule on this one. Um, so that's definitely a concern. I just can't get this thing to work. You can see the range on that bar is 10 ticks. So, uh, you need 12 ticks to get your entry 1 tick above it and your stop 1 tick below it. And that's just too big a risk. Especially when it didn't break higher on this bar. That's a concern because now you really got a little double top. So there's a lot of reason to be concerned about that one. But at the same time, there's some reasons to like it. It's kind of questionable here if we have a close outside. It's close enough I wouldn't really say yeah, but you've really got 2 measured legs down again. There's leg 1, and then there's leg 2. And you can see we got pretty much a measured leg and then a double bottom and a nice bullish bar. So there's some reasons to like it, but I think you're better off to skip it. If you did catch it, it's a nice move. I would have exited just right in front of this level, and that would have got you out at just about the perfect high. Notice we get 2 legs back to the EMA. That's a second entry long. It's the first break of this one. This is starting to really look like a trading range, though, and there's not a lot of room there. There's just enough room to get out, basically. You wouldn't have got a tick extra, really. So when it gives the double test here, I like going short. Here you don't quite have a new high. It's tempting to want to go short here, but you don't have a new high yet. You got your close outside. You got a second entry long, but you don't have a new high, so it may try to go higher one more time. But when you get the double test and a fairly small bar, I like that one. When it bounced here again and came back, the only reason this one's not red is because now you're bounced here again, and you got enough room here to say, I'd probably have that right there actually at that point because of that lower close. You may have you've almost got enough room to get out here, but you really don't. It's not a very bearish bar. It's more of a neutral bar. So, I think if you're already in, you don't want to add on. And if you're not in yet, I don't think you want to risk adding on at this point because with the evidence you got here now, this looks like a trading range. And most of your support's right in here or maybe a tick or so lower, and you just don't have room. Turns out to be a good trade, but you don't know that in advance. So, and then we come down here and we get that double test of this level and basically a lot higher close, a little bit higher price action period, a tick or so higher. A little ways away from the EMA, it's a failed break lower. It's a second entry long. A lot of reasons to like nice reversal bar. I like that one. Just to ride it back to the EMA if nothing else. But notice how it pushes through. There's actually notice that eye, pull back first entry, pull back. There's a second entry long there. Right into the EMA though, and kind of going sideways. I think you got to skip that. You get your failed second entry short right here, but then you're right back into the high. So again, you might could argue for this to be green. There's some reasons to think it may push through now because of the failure. And, if you're looking for 2 legs up, you're going to have leg 1 and then leg 2, and that's going to put you up to a new high finally. So, and that does give you room. So, it's real close from here though. So I think you just need to skip that once again. And you do get an overshoot and a double top here. So this one I really went back and forth about. In the end, I decided I wouldn't take it. But you could argue for it to be green again. There's some reasons. You do have an overshoot on this one at least. And you do really basically have a measured 2 legs up. If this bar was just a little more bearish, because you're still a little ways away from the EMA too, but you don't have a break of this trend line yet. But you probably, This is a failed break higher. You know what's going to happen. We're probably going to come back and test this level of this breakout. Probably going to come back and get within inside that, and that's what happens. But at the very least, you're going to come back and test it. So you got plenty of room there. So I got mixed emotions about that one. If that was earlier in the day, I'd probably take it. This late in the day, I'm not sure. So I'm going to leave it green. I think it deserves to probably be green. So yeah, really just kind of a slow day. Maybe it'll pick up tomorrow. Just about the time you think that the market's slowing down or it's going to be choppy it'll turn around and catch you off guard and fool you with a huge rally or a huge sell-off or something. So, but yeah, not a great day, not the worst day we've ever had, but if you were patient, there were a few trades here to pick, and you could make a little money. So, uh, anyway, not much else I can say about today, so I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again to do it tomorrow. Hope you had a good trading day. Hopefully, we'll have a good week before this week's out. Maybe we'll get a little more movement, as I said before. But I'm out of here for today. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.